Hey guys, it's me, Christian from Casually Christian for my Wednesday Hump Day update. I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you guys are working remote because gas is fucking crazy right now. Never in my life would I ever think or thought that I would see the prices for gas to be like $5 a gallon, close to $6 a gallon, and I'm like, this is almost like a catastrophe. I know it's like what a way to start the update, but like even at Arco, the gas is like $5 a gallon, and they're supposed to be cheap. At this point, I might just mix it with water. Just get me, just I just want it to be cheap. But thankfully, this week for those who've been watching my updates and watching me for a while, I finally am working from home, and I got the okay from the boss. Last week, I had a review with my manager, and he's all like, "Well, I don't see why you have to come in because everything you do is online, so it's okay if you just work from home if you're okay with that." I'm like, "Yeah, that's perfect. I'm like, let's do it." So my test run was on Friday. I worked at my place, and then I finally got the rest of my equipment from my job, and I set up my equipment at my mom's house in the den where when I was a little kid I used to spend endless amounts of time watching TV there. So now I'm working there. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's ironic. I don't know. But it's since I'm working at my mom's house, it's very interesting. Like I the plus side of working remote is obviously like the gas thing, like it didn't come it came at the perfect time, like especially like right now with gases being way out of control. It was just perfect timing. And also get a lot more time to myself, as in like I'm able to walk to the store or handle like some chores or even go to the gym. Yesterday I went to the gym earlier because I got off like a little after 3, and then I walked home. I put my things away and I went to the gym, and I was there for 45 minutes, and after that, I took a shower and made dinner. It was great. I felt like I really, really like I wasn't exhausted being sitting in traffic, bumper to bumper, and like the grind of waking up and traveling for an hour, and then going in the elevator and doing the whole motions. But at the same time, at home, I'm just sitting down all day because I'm not going to the ninth floor to use my favorite restroom. I'm not going to the break room to get like a snack, or I mean, I could go to the kitchen, but the kitchen's just around the little corner. I also miss my friend Dina from work too. So we usually kill time. We usually go to Starbucks together and just chat for a little bit. But now, like, I just wake up, go to my mom's house, clock in around 6:30 ish, and then I'm there. I'm working right away. I'm just thrown into it. And it was kind of like hard to adjust because like driving to work, because I've been working since I was 16 years old, and every time I needed to go to work, I needed to go to the location where the work is at. So for me to work at home finally after all this time, I find it a privilege. But I'm finding like the cons now is that like I'm just sitting down. I'm just like I don't have the distractions, so I'm just focusing on work, which is like the past 2 days, it's been like work has just been really fucking hectic. It's like from the moment that I clock in, it's just like requests, things I need to take care of, new things that I'm learning about that are stressing me out. But you know what? The cool thing is that like once I clock out, I leave it there, and I go on with my day. You know, and what a weekend, man! Like this weekend, I saw the Batman finally, and I saw it at the Harkins, and thankfully it wasn't like my experience watching with the Spider-Man movie, where like I sat in the old school, uncomfortable seats, where like there weren't recliners, there weren't leather, they were just like the hardcore, like stadium seats. And but with the Batman at Harkins, it was leather, like it was the recliner. I was like totally digging it. I got the space. I wasn't like scrunched up. And my buddy Dina and her friend Jomar, he came along with us and we watched the movie. And the movie was great. It was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Like as soon as the movie pop like came on, I was like this. It's like just like I was like in the Batman universe, and I have a lot of I don't want to give too many I don't want to give spoilers because like this movie is really, you have to watch it, and this movie is not meant for kids. Like my mom was telling me yesterday that she spoke to a 6-year-old kid that watched the movie The Batman, and he said it was one of the worst movies that he's ever seen. And it was funny because like it's like, well, of course he didn't like it. Like it didn't have like a talking raccoon in it. It's not not the Marvel superhero movies where it's like it's all flashy and like you know what I mean? Like it's just like a different vibe, a darker vibe, a grittier vibe, a David Fincher vibe. David Fincher, who directed Seven, you can see like a lot of Seven in the Batman movie, and I really like how Gotham was more stylized, like the production. Where like if you watch the Christopher Nolan Batman, it like you could just it's just like Gotham is like just Chicago and LA kind of mixed together. But in this, the Batman, they really took like they really developed the production, the visual of Gotham City and the slums, and I really liked it. It's like if you guys watch my other update, I said it was a critic said it happens to be a murder mystery that happens to have the Batman in it, and I totally get it. So when I watched it, I was like, I totally got it. And I'm not gonna lie, like it's a 3 hour movie, and I was getting a little fidgety. I'm like, okay, come on, let's go. And but I was, also like John and Alex, they were falling asleep because it was like a long ass movie, and they only woke up because like the explosions. And man, I really wish I could, like get more like in depth of the Batman movie, but I don't want to give any spoilers. However, the only thing I'm going to say is that Colin Farrell playing the Penguin, he's pretty good. Like he's really good, but he's never. Danny DeVito will always be the top tier Penguin, in my opinion, because like that was like I don't know, like I just he's my favorite interpretation of the Penguin thus far. And Colin Farrell's Penguin is not bad; it's pretty good for that world. But the way Tim Burton did that character was like it's something else. It's like that's totally artistic. It's like in this Penguin, it's more like he's more like a mob boss. Like a Guido. Hey. Yeah, he was unrecognizable. Like my buddy Dina, he's like, "Who's Colin Farrell in that movie? Was he like, so and so?" And then it's like, "No, he was the Penguin." I'm like, you like she was completely flabbergasted. Like he was the Penguin, like you could not tell. It's like, which thinking about it, it almost makes sense because like Danny DeVito was unrecognizable as like in the Penguin suit. They developed like his like it took him a while to be in that Penguin suit, and the same with Colin Farrell. He really like had to be like in a whole suit. You know what I mean? Like the to look like the Penguin. And I'm really excited to if they're going to make a sequel. I hope the guy they make the sequel, because I'm interested to see what uh, Matt Reeves had like how he's going to carry this rendition of the Batman. And you know how in Tim Burton's Batman and Christopher Nolan's Batman, the second Batman was like the top Batman. So I'm hoping if he makes his second Batman, that's going to be like a top second sequel for the Batman movie. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for that. And I what else did I want to talk about? What's another thing that I liked about the Batman movie is that if you guys are fans of the DC animated uh, movies that Warner Brother produces that they're straight to DVD or video on demand, you could check them out. Like they're all like on HBO Max, but like this movie kind of it started out that way as in like they just jump you into the character, like that world, like you know what I mean. Like there's no fluff before we see Batman. It's just like Batman. And I liked it. I dug it. Like they didn't mess around. They just threw you into the world, and it's a murder mystery, and it's more than just catching the Riddler. That's all I'm going to say. But check it out, guys. It's not meant for kids unless your kid's really cool. So I guess we'll talk about it in a year times to just give it enough time for people to watch it, and then we'll dive deeper into this movie. But moving on from the Batman. This Saturday, I also checked out this independent horror movie on HBO Max called Here Comes the Devil. And like I've been in on this horror movie kick for some reason, and it was an okay movie. And Rotten Tomatoes, it gives it like a 46 from the critics, and the audience has a 31. It's pretty low. It's low, and I can see why. But like the movie was shot in Tijuana, and it was like the Spanish that I understood because it was like the dialect we share. Like it's the region, you know what I mean? Because you check out these other Spanish movies, and their Spanish is like so fucking fast. So I'm like, are they speaking the same language? And but this one is like the Spanish that I know. So I didn't need the subtitles. But what the story is, It's like a B movie, and it's a story about a family, and the wife and the husband, they're having problems, and they have these kids. This girl, she's going through puberty. They're both, the kids are going through puberty, and for some reason I didn't really like, I wasn't really clear about it, but they took off, like the kids took off somewhere. They wanted to go play somewhere, they wanted to frolic somewhere in the beach, and they ended up entering this evil cave. Like it was just like a cove, like, you know what I mean, like they just entered it, and then it just fades to black, and then when they come back, they're completely different, you know. And it starts off like they can't find the kids, and then they find them, like, I think like 24 hours later, and they come back with bruises, and they're different, and they like, and it turns out like they're kind of like they're not their kids, and it gets really like gross, because they insinuate that the kids are like messing around with each other. I'm like, this is gross. It's like, what's going on? Like this kid, like this, what is up with this fucking cave, and I like the production value in the movie was, you could see it was like they didn't have the money to do some of the special effects, but it was clever the way they did like this earthquake scene, where like they had a camera, and they did like a tight shot of the desk, and things are just shaking. But if they did, but they did it such a tight shots because they had the PA shaking the desk. If they did a wider shot, then you got more of a production value. But I could see like those little tricks, those indie tricks to it, and it was an okay movie. Kind of reminded me a little bit like Pet Cemetery, because I'm gonna give the movie away. It turns out like the kids, they ended up dying inside the cave, and what came back were like there was demons, and the mother discovers the bodies in the cave, and when it's a shock, and then in the end, like the whole family ends up dying in the fucking cave, and what comes back is like it's basically like almost like Pet Cemetery in a way, type of way, and they come back different. There is like a demon or something, but it was all right. It was an okay movie to pass like a Saturday night, instead of what I should have been doing was writing. But yeah, check this movie out. It's streaming right now on HBO Max. It's an hour and 30 minutes. I made it sure because I'm not gonna stick around for like a 2 hour movie. Like an hour and 30 minutes. That's respectable for like this type of movie. But that's what I watched this weekend. And let's see what else I have in store. Oh yeah, like I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have like this blemish right here. It's like a zit. It's not barbecue sauce. I Yeah, like we mentioned it. It's kind of noticeable, but yeah, like it's because I have a zit. I was like I was shaving, so I passed by the zit, and it left me a little blemish right there. But yeah, thanks for commenting, guy. Let's see. Going on Friday, and he was unrecognizable, and Robert gave me an emoji happy face. I really appreciate you guys commenting. Like I'm developing some more content for you guys. I'm trying to coordinate some guests for the show, like with the pandemic sort of ending. People are doing things, they're going out, so to coordinate people to like a day is proving to be a challenging, because they're tired of being home. So I completely understand. So as soon as I lock a guest in with the topic, I'll let you guys know. But so far I'm still doing the update. I'm still doing some TikTok videos, and I also want to know what you guys have been watching during the week. We've been watching the rest of Ted Lasso and Raised by Wolves. Raised by Wolves is really good. If you like legitimate like sci-fi, like like the genre, like I know you'll love Raised by Wolves, because it deals like it kind of like, I don't know if you guys know about like Alien, like Ridley Scott and like his androids in those movies. Like it's about like these two androids. About it almost seems like it's like part of the same universe, like the Ridley Scott universe, since he did executive produce Raised by Wolves. So it's kind of like it fits his world, his sci-fi world, and it's really interesting to have these androids. And they have there's a group called the atheists, and the people who are religious, who worship soul, which is like their interpretation of God. And of course, there's conflict. There's no God. There's only science. That whole thing. And of course, there's more, and of course, like there's some characters who are connecting to some kind of like force. They hear voices. So it's like a question between like humanity and God and science. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's sci-fi heavy. I love it. At times, it kind of feels like a David Lynch show because it kind of gets really crazy. uh, and what else? But yeah, if you guys are watching me on Facebook, please remember to follow, and if you guys can, please go on YouTube and hit like and subscribe and smash that notification bell to catch the latest episodes of Casually Christian presented by Livestream My Event. And also, if you guys want to listen to our last episode and previous episodes of Casually Christian, we're now on Spotify. So if you guys could go on Spotify, follow, share, like, spread it out there. You would really appreciate it because we have like a lot of cool stuff on the way, and I want people to know about our show. Uh, but yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'll let you guys know what I've been watching too. I don't know what's the next movie I want to watch in the movie theater. What other movies are out that coming out that looks pretty cool? I don't know. I can't. I'm drawing a complete blank right now. But go watch the Batman movie. It's pretty sick. Okay. Well, until next time, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye. Bye, guys.